family. It's always a Fast and Furious reference.
And we're live. Welcome to Feats and Fables.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Feats and Fables, a G.I. Joe actual play show, and recently, because of Wizards of the Coast shenanigans, a discussion group for us all to talk about the trauma they're attempting to inflict on us. Thank you for joining us as our group of heroes face the wrath of nature and the sinister plots of Cobra!
Wait a minute. All this Wizards of the Coast nonsense is a Cobra plot?
I mean, no,
Feels
That
like
makes
it.
as much
No.
It's always a
freaking sense
Cobra
as
plot.
anything
Oh.
else.
So, what? So, let me
What?
finish doing the introductions, and I'll
No,
make
what?
my
Oh,
responses.
we have so
Okay.
much drawer though. We have so
The
much
timer,
drawer.
the timer hasn't started yet.
The
That's
timer
true.
hasn't
That's
started
true.
yet,
Okay.
but I'll start it off with the theory among Magic players, and then we can launch into what they're actually trying to do. Anyways, I'm Ben Heisler. I'm one of the lead designers on the S20 role-playing system, and also one of the lead designers on the G.I. Joe role-playing game, along with Paige Lightman.
Woohoo!
Wrote words in a book.
I wrote words in a book.
Whoop, whoop. For this Feats and Fables story,
Leave me hanging.
I'm not going
There
to
we
leave you
go.
hanging, even though our users can't see that I was leaving you hanging. So great.
They could tell. They could tell.
Could they though?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm the GM, and welcome to my zany homebrew. Before we
Woo.
get started, I'd like to introduce our cast of players and their G.I. Joes. We have Joe Streaky playing La Voce, a battlefield leader officer.
Hello.
We have Coda of Codab Games playing Search and Rescue, a Beastmaster Ranger and their beast.
Hello, everyone.
We have Ron Frankie playing Sky High, a mechanized infantry warfighter.
Thwappa thwappa.
We have
Thwappa,
Dr.
thwappa.
I've been waiting to do that for months. I'll do it again. Thwappa thwappa. All right.
This is great. We have Dr. Andrew Huang playing Blockchain, a spy commando. And we have Dr. Paige Lightman playing Twist, a sniper commando.
Bang bang.
So we've got some tabletop news to discuss, and then we'll get into the game. So
For exactly a set amount of time.
yeah, start the clock.
We're limiting ourselves
If
tonight.
you could put the timer up on the screen page.
I don't know how to do that. How long are we doing this for?
I said 20 minutes, and we'll
Mhm.
see how tight we can stick to
I'm
that.
gonna go 15 and then put another 5 on after it. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Somebody's keeping us honest. That's why Joe's playing the leader officer. So D&D. So right now, Magic is leading up to a set called Phyrexia All Will Be One, where the evil Phyrexians are attempting to join all planes together so that they can be ruled by the robotic overlords. All will be D&D 1.
Oh, I see.
Back to the real news, though. It has leaked in the last couple of days.
I think just today.
Actually, it was yesterday, based on the tweet I saw.
Oh, okay.
And the follow-ups of confirmation from multiple other industry folks that Hasbro, reeling from so many people quitting their D&D Beyond subscription, is going to change their model and now charge.
Are you sitting down? Make sure you're sitting down. You should be sitting down right now.
$30 a month for D&D Beyond for their highest tier, which will include monthly content drops, access to Homebrew, because they're taking the Homebrew access of the database they have where everybody's added stuff to D&D Beyond and revoking that access for the lower tier. A lower tier or lower tiers?
We don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
And the third thing that they're touting is you will have access to a AI dungeon master at the top tier. So that way, if you don't want to play with your friends, you can play with the D&D Beyond official robot.
Or like in theory, you're friends, so you can all play together, and the AI will run.
Yes.
Which is interesting. Most notably absent from this, though, is the tabletop. What is it? Their tabletop simulator, not their tabletop.
VTT.
VTT. There we go. that they say that they're working on. But I mean, y'all have $30 a month of disposable income. You can throw at a game that you can play with pencil and paper, right?
I mean, if you math it out, it's only what $360 a year.
I have a question though. So the current subscription that includes all their content though, right? The
No,
$30
you
a
have to buy.
Don't
With
know.
the current
We
sub-
don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't know any details.
Yep.
So let's
Ah.
not claim anything because it fully might be at the $30 tier you get all their content.
Yes.
We literally do not know.
because that was
Sure.
kind of my question, right? Like there are currently 2 tiers, right? There's the hero tier and the master tier, and then you have to buy all the other books, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
In packages. But yeah, it doesn't contain any. Bro, it contains like the basic bare bones content when you just subscribe. And
Here's
how much is master tier per month? Like
here's the thing about
$6
$6
a month,
a month?
$7.
Okay.
here's the thing about D&D Beyond. Like, I personally don't use it. I like creating a character is part of the game, and it is nice to have a click all these buttons and then here's your character sheet. I like that,
Yeah.
but like also, you don't have to use it.
That's true. And when D&D Beyond first came out, I was extremely resistant because I'm like, I don't need a service. I know what all this stuff is. Now I can't imagine DMing without it. Like
and-
I type in the name, the monster comes up, the stats are right there. There's zero flipping.
They got
I'm
you
talking-
hooked.
And I'm talking about playing face to face in person. I
Mhm.
want my D&D Beyond.
And like that's certainly I could see how that could be useful for DMing. I have not DM'd 5e, so
Hmm.
Well, even
but
for
like I'm
creating
wondering
characters.
if their whole hey, we're going to come out with monthly content is only going to make that whole situation worse.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like part of the problem with like 4th edition, for example, and 3.5 as well, was just like, hey, I want this ability that is in this reference material that is way over here or something. And just like there's no way any human living could know what every 4th edition book had as far as every power. You almost had to have the digital thing to help organize all that.
I mean,
or you
sure.
just don't play with everything that came out because the constant march of in order to justify the subscription to Dungeon Magazine and Dragon Magazine and to the character creator was that we need to come out with new content each month
Mhm.
that wasn't really play tested, that led to some really broken builds.
Super stupid builds.
And that's what when they're like, oh, monthly content drops. I'm just like, I don't know that I want that. I really like the pace that the books came out in before, where it was like, here's a couple books a year. You don't have to like do the keeping up with the Joneses.
Yep.
I didn't even feel like it was a couple books a year. Like it was the PHB and then like some campaign books came out. But as far
It was
as
a
like
couple books a year. It was a
Was
couple
it?
books a year. Was
Yeah,
the pace, yeah.
Yeah, but it was more campaigns and settings than it was rules
player
content.
content.
Yes,
Well, like
because
a lot of them contain some player content, right? Like let's
Yeah.
all like no, but a lot of them
little.
contain some player content, so that people would buy them for some of the player content. Normally, there was one release a year that had a fair amount of player content, and then all the adventures tended to have a little bit of player content. You're not wrong; most of them were adventures paths,
Mhm.
functionally, whatever. What do they call them? Adventure paths is what Pathfinder calls them.
Yes.
Whatever they call them in D&D land, I can't remember.
I think just campaigns.
Adventure books.
Adventure books. Yeah, most of them were adventure books or settings books, and occasionally a crunch book. But I mean, 2 to 3 a year is pretty much where the pace they've been sustaining.
Right, but
over the
that
last
was
couple of
not the
years.
case in 4th edition, where
Yep.
it was just so much content. You couldn't keep up with it unless you had the subscription to the service they used, which was like a primitive D&D Beyond. And most of it was just schlock. Like it was not good content.
Well, they definitely are not going to go with a carefully curated model for D and Done.
Yeah.
Like whatever they come out with at the end of this, they're definitely going to be moving more content than they did for 5th edition.
Yeah.
I also just want to point out how many recent mess ups there have been in actually published content between like the Hazardy. Is that
Hazardy, yeah.
the Hazardy
Yeah.
and some of the racist problems that they've had in other books that has totally just gone out.
For
Well, they're-
those of
Yep.
us that may
Like-
not know,
And they're
To be
still
fair,
making money off Oriental Adventures.
The Spelljammer experiment they did was just such crap. From no matter how you looked at it, it wasn't good for anything. The rules were bad. They didn't test it for sensitivity to really horrific things when you dug into the history they based some of that stuff on.
Yeah.
And you couldn't act. It didn't even have good rules for flying a Spelljammer around. It just
Yeah.
like said, "Hey, there's 4 Spelljammers: a big one, a medium one, and a small one. Have fun." Like there were no rules for flying around. It was, I don't know. They were obviously just cashing in, and I don't know.
So additionally,
So they're already doing schlock page.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but it'll get worse. Additionally, a
Can't get
very
much worse.
interesting article came out on a site called Motley Fool. Now, for those of you who don't know it, Motley Fool is a investment guide website that has been around since the mid 90s, maybe.
Since the dinosaurs were young, because I feel like Jim
Yes.
Cramer's been running around yelling at the camera for like decades.
Yeah,
Which
no,
at this point, mid 90s means he has. God,
Yep.
that's terrifying, and I'm old.
Yep. And they came out with an interesting article looking at, I'm trying to get this thing in the middle of the page and it's fighting me. An interesting article looking at some stuff that Wizards is doing. What you are seeing right there on the screen right now is Wizards' stock price, because Hasbro's a publicly held company. So this is their stock price, and it's dropped from $105 a year ago to $65 today. And that makes the business people real mad. That's not good for your investors. And then Fool points out some very interesting facts. And I'm trying to get to it, but it's fighting me.
But it's not D&D's fault that Hasbro's stock price is falling.
I think it might be. So
I don't think
Motley
we can
Fool.
only attribute it to D&D since they've done some very questionable things with Magic recently as well. But do go on.
So where is it? Overstate. That's the word I'm looking for.
Control F.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that Hasbro has made some other questionable decisions, like
Yes,
releasing
they have.
G.I. Joe and Power Rangers RPG.
The only smart decision they made was spinning out to a company that made the smart decision to have bin and page write for them.
Yes.
Other than that,
That's a good choice.
mm-hmm. So they got some brains in there somewhere.
Let's see.
Also, they own Peppa Pig.
They
Do
do
they
own Peppa
really?
Pig. Yes,
do.
and there's no overstating the importance of Peppa
That's a
Pig.
juggernaut right there.
Peppa
Yes.
Pig RPG win.
Yes. So Fox Business News.
They didn't answer.
Yes.
I assume that's confirmation. That's the next
mean-
property.
The
So,
Z-Mage page.
Fox-
Real quick, the Z-Mage makes a interesting point that this drop in stock prices could also be the result of coming down from a pandemic high, as
Sure.
tabletop RPGs did see a jump in popularity
$100%
for being
agree.
something that can easily be done via Zoom.
Yes.
And also super easily be done with a D&D Beyond account, because all you got to do, you don't have to know it, you just got to show up and make a few choices where you just say, hey, make me a character.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I want to hear the end of Page's point, though, from the
So-
Motley Fool article.
Actually, this part is from Fox Business News. Fox Business News estimated this has cost the company $400,000 in monthly revenue. So 400,000 this month.
Due to the lost subscriptions.
Yes.
Yeah, supposedly they lost like 40,000 or something.
Yes. Let's see. I think they have changed the article. So,
Yeah, supposedly
and
they
they're
lost
saying
40,000 subscriptions.
40,000 subscriptions is what they're saying. Gosh, I honestly think they changed an article because earlier, I'm going to have to find it. They had said it was impossible to overstate the importance of Wizards to Hasbro because while Wizards only accounts for something like, come on, load already. There.
Let's say.
I have 5,000 web pages open.
Not good. Got to keep yourself clean.
Right. It's hard to estimate. This is from Fox
What?
Business.
It's true. Got to have
Yeah.
discipline.
Yep. It's hard to overestimate how important Wizards of the Coast is to Hasbro. According to data from S&P Global Market Intelligence, it accounts for just 22% of Hasbro's annual revenue, which seems like a lot, but produces a staggering 72% of Hasbro's profit.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't see how that happens. I don't have a business degree, but
No, it's just because the margins are higher.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
they
and
could
they're
be higher.
and they're successful because
Yeah.
like you can have $100 million in revenue on something, but if it costs you $120 million to put it out,
Produce it, yeah.
then you're doing poorly. So
You just make it up in volume. It's fine.
especially in Hasbro's kind of business, every year they always have a hot product where they're like, G.I. Joe's only 30% of our revenue, but they're making 80% of our profit. A toy company will often have that kind of story because of the way the toy market works. Things become hot and cold or whatever.
Sure.
But it's good. I mean, and for WotC, like a lot of that's magic card money, so it's not even that doesn't even really show us how successful D&D is.
I'm not arguing, but the idea that Wizards is producing 72% of Hasbro's profit blows my freaking mind.
All right. Well, I just explained why.
Mhm.
But
I mean, you did low key offend our accountant here.
I just that's 15 minutes. Put 5 more on the clock.
but it is. I mean, it paints a dire picture because assuming D&D is like a quarter of that, the fact that they kind of foobarred themselves doesn't look good for the future.
No.
Oh yeah, like the amount of goodwill this company has lost in a couple of weeks is amazing. Like I've never seen like this is an epic event in role-playing history. I've never seen this community this mad literally ever. And I've been doing this since I don't know, 82 or something.
Don't worry, Paige. This is just a once in a generation extinction event. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, it does actually bring up a couple of interesting questions though. Like one is like, if it was really doing that well, why mess with it? Right?
Because
like
the executives making these decisions have the specific goal of looting and burning in short term to personally enrich themselves and the stockholders, and then move on. Like it's obviously a short term strategy. They're common in the business world nowadays, where you take something going well and you just loot it.
Yeah, and some of the investor sites are saying that Hasbro has made so many promises surrounding the Honor Among Thieves D&D movie that should that crater, there's going to be some pissed off investors.
I don't think I can make myself not go see it though. I mean, it's a D&D movie and a thief movie. I mean,
I'm not going to go see it after all this.
I'm dropping my sub for D&D Beyond the minute they change the price, and I'm not going to go see the movie.
So I'm going to the movie alone?
Yep.
I'll go with you, Ben.
I still don't play Blizzard Activision games. That's what I have, or eat Chick-fil-A. That's what I got to say about that.
Well, wait and see what WotC actually, because they haven't actually done anything yet. So it's
Yeah.
not prematurely punishment. There is a small chance that they'll fire the idiots and make good decisions. Obviously, I wouldn't bet any amount of money that would happen, but it is still theoretically possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So this is
And Hasbro must make a lot of money on movies and stuff like that, right? Like movies and television.
apparently the G.I. Joe movie and the Transformer movies in particular were real cash cows.
Right?
yeah, in general,
I mean,
a successful movie makes a lot of money, but
Mhm.
you got to be careful because if you start throwing good money after bad, you can.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sure,
Yeah.
but they pulled in like $800 million last year on film and TV.
I
So
believe it.
I'm kind of curious how much was really hanging on the D&D movie.
Yeah.
well, like Paige pointed out, the profit breakdown. So none of those were Wizards of the Coast movies or TV,
Probably not.
unless you count
Probably
maybe some Vox from the Prime show.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little money in there, but so they obviously didn't make that much money. They just churned a lot.
This is just like nothing else I've ever seen in games, which is why it's worth reporting on.
Well, normally
Yeah, it is.
games.
We're down to a minute, so say your good stuff now.
I mean, I guess we can look at this as a positive sign, and that in the past, tabletop gaming has always been too niche a hobby to burn to the ground and take short-term profits from. But now we've joined legitimate businesses like,
Mhm.
shipping concerns and forestry, lumber stuff. So
We finally made it.
Or
we've made
computer
it.
chip makers
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, our computer chip.
Hooray!
Yeah, we're part of. This is the way everyone else is to face the world. We're not in a little safe zone anymore.
We're finally making enough money to make really bad decisions.
Well, no, there is enough money being made that other people can make really bad decisions.
Sure.
Well, no, and from their point of view, they are not making bad decisions. Even with all this blowback, they're probably still going to make money for themselves.
Is this where the term "there's no such thing as bad publicity" comes from? This exact situation.
3,
This is not right.
2, 1. Time for
Happy New
G.I. Joe!
Year!
Yay, we did it.
Yep.
We did it.
As Joe held up his phone, I just wanted the
He did.
24 like soundtrack where it's
Yeah,
like
beep, boop, boop, boop.
yes, pick them up. So, thank you for that exciting conversation, folks. This refuses to be quiet for even a week. And so, with that said, welcome back to the wild world of G.I. Joe, based in beautiful, not so sunny California, where the player characters were originally sent to rescue a senator, ended up doing so, found themselves discovering all kinds of other strange things about, and then found themselves in bright, beautiful Angel Grove, where they investigated an evil corporation that turned out to be a Cobra front, where they battled.
What?
You're no longer on the stream. Which
Oh,
means
Paige, where did you go?
We've lost a page.
Why do we have such horrible luck with this? Did our
Oh,
Twitch drop?
I don't think so. No, we're still on.
All
Hi,
right.
world.
I guess we
we
just keep.
just lost a page.
Nope, I just don't exist anymore.
I mean, you're still in our hearts, Paige.
well,
Let
For
me
those
ask
who are
our
interested, I
fans if
dropped
we're
the
still streaming or if
Hasbro's
it's just me.
10Q in the chat.
No, we're still streaming.
On the off chance you want to, I
Paige
actually had
can't hear
zero
us. Tell
idea
her.
that.
Okay,
We-
Switchy
we
says
need-
we're still
we
on.
need-
You
Need
go ahead.
Ben
I'm
to
gonna
convey
have
to
trouble
Paige the things
What?
that we are saying.
all right.
Oh, right. Paige can't hear us. Wait,
They-
but we can
yes,
hear her?
Oh,
We're still streaming. Yeah, she can't hear us, but we can hear her.
She should
because-
just refresh her browser.
We're so good at this.
We're
Rose
professionals.
says that you should try refreshing your.
I'm going to
All
OBS
right.
again.
All right. So, but if we're still streaming, I'll continue updating
Please
about the
do.
story because she can still hear me. We just can't hear her, except for
No, we could segue right into
You can totally
Hasbro's
hear me 'cause I'm coming
annual
through on your
report. It'll be great. It'll be great.
I want to read the report before I at all start commenting on it.
There we go.
Hey, Opa. So, anyways, our Jonas has gone to Emergen HQ, where they found that Cobra was having robotic sentries protect, or sentries rather, not centuries, since that would be a long time of robots rather than robots that are designed to kill intruders. And in this lab, they were 3D printing monsters out of some type of strange otherworldly clay. And now we've lost Joe, but this is fine. It's just musical chairs.
Can't blame it on my
going.
networking
Just keep it
anymore.
going. Just
keep
it going.
What?
Also, they found a trapped IT individual who showed them that the tracker robot devices that they had found in multiple places could be used to track back to a secret Cobra facility. But they need one more in order to fully triangulate the location. And so they have headed out to go to the Branson Wildlife Preserve in the wilds of more northern California to hunt down this next robot tracking device. And they did that just as the Emergen HQ was remotely destroyed by the evil Dr. Venom. No, Dr. Lucifer. There we go. Here's the thing. There's so many Cobras that are doctors that he's almost like Cobra must take all of the doctors that aren't good enough to fight Batman.
Let me
Wait.
assure
Dang.
you
We already
that
know.
the post-doc process drives many people to evil.
It's true. You do 3 of those, and you're like, you know what? Evil. I choose evil.
Right?
Hmm.
The GC won't work again.
Mhm.
Screw it.
The
Off to evil.
Z-Mage says they love Dr. Venom. He's so pretty. Now I'm going to go look up a picture of Dr. Venom.
Petty,
know.
not pretty. Petty.
Oh, Petty.
Petty.
Well,
That's
I'm still going to look up a picture of Dr. Venom and just be sorely disappointed.
I mean, here, I'll show you the picture. He looks kind of pretty. Looks kind of disappointing.
Oh, that's right.
It
That
is
guy showed up.
fundamental.
But
He did
now
not-
that I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure that is a different character, a different doctor in Cobra's employ.
Mhm.
That guy
Because-
didn't buy our shit, did he?
No, he didn't. He was quite irate that you had broken into the secret lab there and was like, "Fine, I'll just blow it up."
Which we really should have predicted.
But the thing is, you were able to escape fast enough to get to your helicopter and escape the collapsing building. Thankfully, it was in following the
Make the noise, Ron. Make the noise.
It's not an onomatopoeia. It's something I say at the beginning. I don't say it while I'm flying.
Ooh. Spicy.
I'll say it
Wow.
anyway. Drop it.
There we go.
Thank
Like,
you.
straight up
Was that so
denial.
hard?
I just need to be more honest about myself, I think.
You should be.
Be true to thine own self.
Ah.
Got to their helicopter and escaped. As I said, the recent strong earthquake over in nearby Santa Carla. I said that with such determination and grit that I knew
You
that was
did.
the name. The damage had also spread into Angel Grove, and so the financial sector was largely locked down because there was a lot of damage to the skyscrapers, which made it a hazardous place for pedestrians. And so this building collapsed and was destroyed. Thankfully, no one else was harmed because we're not a DC Universe movie. So, following, I believe at the end of that, you all leveled.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Did people all level, or do people need to level?
I level.
I think we leveled
I think
together
we leveled
more or
on
less.
stream.
All right,
Yeah.
good. Excellent. So following that, you were able to take the individual that you rescued from Embergen to go into G.I. Joe custody to find out what else that he knew about Cobra activities in the area. You also checked in with Scarlet, revealing to her what you had found, and all of the events that had led you to Emergen HQ and the foulness taking root at the heart of the company. And to that, she said, "Great job. Enjoy your level. Since you are heading out of populated civilian areas to head to this nature preserve where you believe the next tracking item is, I would like for you to land over at this given hangar at the Angel Grove Airport so that you can upgrade to a vehicle that will be better able to defend you in your treks and travels." When you arrive there, you are, in fact, directed to a hangar off to the side where there is a new vehicle awaiting you, an Eagle Hawk chopper.
A
Eagle
brand
Hawk.
new car.
Mm.
That's kind of the effect it has. Should it be rotating on like a turntable of some kind?
It's funny. There is a site called I think it's 3D Joe's that we use often when we're writing. Like, hey, we want the art of this character who looks like this. Here's the 3D view of them, and it does a spin around. But I don't think this is on there. Otherwise, I would have, done that and been like, no, we're gonna look at the box art, guys.
I love it.
Rescue's gonna lean over to a blockchain. It's kind of cute how much Sky High loves this vehicle.
I think he's actually vibrating with
And it's
yeah.
I'm so excited about it. It crashed my Roll20.
It's
So
fair.
I can see the picture, but I can't scroll or anything.
Well,
it's
you
okay.
think
The picture is
so.
the only important part here.
Well,
true.
there are some statistics involved in this vehicle that might be important relatively soon. So
Done.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'll get it back up somehow.
Good luck.
And so, in addition to that, your other supplies are refilled. If you were down on grenades or ammunition or your kits had limited
Right.
uses remaining, those are all set back up. And with that, you are given leave to head to further Northern California to the nature preserve.
Cool.
All right. Ooh, who wants to be the big question is who wants to be the gunner?
I mean,
So
XX.
interesting thing about vehicles is that vehicles go off of your driving skill, not your targeting skill when you're attacking.
au revoir.
So it would probably be better to have Twist lean out the side of the helicopter and shoot her sniper rifle rather than try to apply sniping principles to a non-sniping weapon.
Yep.
Finally, the D8 in drive that I've given search is going to come into play.
Oh, this is perfect.
Unfortunately,
There's no rules.
animals can only use vehicles that are specifically designed for animals.
That is true.
Well, that cuts off there's no rule that says a thug can't
Yes.
be a gunner in a vehicle.
That is why I cut you off, because I knew
Yep.
that you're going to say, and actually this book you wrote does specifically contain rules. It also says dogs can't play basketball.
Mm.
So this is
Costello!
a harsh universe we live in.
Wait, are you telling me Air Bud wasn't a documentary?
It just didn't take place in the G.I. Joe universe, Andrew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we probably don't have rights to that. It's probably some isn't Airbud Disney?
Oh, it's
I think
true.
so.
Not a Hasbro product.
Yes.
Do any of you Yutzes have driving?
I
Why
do.
would I have driving?
I do.
Excellent. Lavoche, you're always the person that has everyone's back. So it looks like you're going to be the gunner.
I'm
There?
not like rocking at it, but okay, sure. I can shoot some guns.
Well, it sounds like everyone else does 0. So
That's fair. That's fair.
Everyone
that's fair.
else is a snag. It sounds like. So.
No. I can do it through pure panache.
what? Can you?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should try it. I guess.
watched a YouTube video on this once. It's fine.
Hey.
I
What
did
I'm
stay to
gonna
Holiday Inn Express
do-
last night, so it's fine.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Chat GPT to interface with my
Exactly.
HUD and just like it'll fly the
Mhm, mhm,
or
Listen,
it'll
mhm.
Blockchain's just going to say fully self-driving like a lot,
yes.
and it'll just work. It's cool, brah.
That's
Well, no, I'm
that's
I'm
how this
driving.
works.
Not anymore. Now the robot is driving. You can't
Now-
even stop it from driving now.
You can't. Yeah. There's no.
You tried a couple times, but robot man.
It's interesting. It.
So I don't suffer a snag for doing things that I have no idea how to do.
All right. Well, I think Lavoche can bring more to the table than not suffering a snag.
Not suffering a snag. That is true. I am better than not suffering a snag. Mathematically better than that.
But what's more entertaining? This is show business.
Well, I mean, what's more entertaining is the dog doing it. I mean, but we've already been
Also
shot down with that, so
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you give us a week, we could probably retrofit it.
I mean,
Ooh.
like, I'm halfway tempted to look up what the vehicle upgrade is so that animals can use it and just
It
be
just
like,
is. It is. I can tell you what it is.
It'd be too
makes
powerful.
the
It'd be too
makes the
powerful.
vehicle one item rareness higher because it has to be modified for animal control. But also, full disclosure, Search does not actually have a D8 drive.
Only a
I
D6.
can play with
Only
my
a D6.
emotions.
I thought he was training for the Iditarod, and
Ooh.
like you were going to pull and he was going to drive.
All right. So one other thing, in the last couple hours, Twist has just been hanging out with us, really, and we know we're headed into some other dire situation. Maybe we should talk about,
Giving me more bullets.
for example.
I mean, I am happy to give Twist every single one of my pistol bullets.
What am I gonna do with these? Throw them at somebody?
I sure as heck ain't gonna use them.
Listen, at some point, Blockchain will finesse out a box of rifle ammo and slip it to Twist.
Thank you.
What?
Slip
Where
it.
did you finesse it out of?
Yeah, where exactly is it coming? I mean, are you stealing it from
Don't-
your commanding
don't ask-
officer?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer.
Because the only one that has rifle ammo is Lavoche. Because he
Listen,
took
Blockchain
Twists.
Blockchain does this thing where he's like, nothing up my sleeve, and then
Yeah.
he does,
So you're
Alright.
stealing it from me, is what you're doing.
Sounds
probably.
Like, I'm not telling you not to do it, but like,
I mean, I can put you under arrest too if this is the path we're going down.
and it's not like
Sleight
it'll
of
be a
hand.
secret. Like once she shoots the 4th time, everyone will realize, and you'll be grinning so much it'll obviously be you.
Mhm.
Right? It's true, but
probably even giggling.
we're probably in the middle of combat at that point. That's a
yeah.
problem for future Blockchain, which,
Will be a problem. Yeah.
as you're aware of how crypto works, is just how that works.
As you're aware of how crypto works. But you keep saying you're not actually a crypto bro. That was just your false mask.
Yeah,
But
he
it's-
keeps saying that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
That
keep
is
saying it.
that's
I'm
the
starting-
word that he
saying
says.
it.
I
That is
believe that
absolutely a thing that is said repeatedly.
less
Yep.
and less every time.
Is this the lesson of Puss in Boots? Like the myth becomes the truth.
Ooh.
Oh, and I can ram things with the chopper, so that'll be my primary combat.
Oh, God.
Just gonna ram
Excellent.
things with the
Will you
chopper.
put like a ramming prow on that thing? Because I think as it is currently,
Paige, you're gonna need to
configured.
take that cat off your chest.
oh sorry,
There's a microphone there.
there
Yeah.
it is. Uh, Can we put a ramming prow on it? Because I don't think helicopters quite have the structural integrity to ram.
No, I'll hit him.
No.
I'll hit him with the landing gear page.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. All
Because the
right.
landing gear, if you hit it with the right angle, it is set to take the weight. If you hit it at the wrong angle, it'll snap off. But I'm just that good.
Page.
Sure,
He's
sure.
And
going.
and I got extras. Like there's 4 on there. I'm pretty sure I can land with 3 or 2. So
It's
Yeah,
fine.
and the propellers might just be made for this kind of ramming, so it might
I
just be
was gonna say
fine.
you just ram them with the propellers.
They're made
Oh
out of
my
space
God.
age materials, so therefore
You
it's
people.
fine.
that's
And
an
then
upgraded
That's
version.
where
of it.
our rotors turned into carbon graphite shrapnel.
Ben did not give me that type of helicopter. I'm sure in the GI Joe universe it does exist, but
Mhm.
Just not our GI Joe.
we have air to
universe.
surface missiles. We have thunderclap cannons.
Wow.
I think we can probably open the bay door and let Twist shoot out. But that's not an official gun port, so we
Yes,
you
so passengers can fire one-handed weapons from within the passenger compartment at -2 ships. Two-handed weapons are probably going to be another shift down, since finding stability on a moving helicopter is difficult.
It's hilarious.
So that will also probably push you out of auto crit range, but you'll still have lots of high dice too.
And I'm specialized.
You are. So
all
that
right, let's take this baby in the air. Well, first I check it over. I give it the once. I'm responsible. Is it all ship shape?
You are responsible, and you are an expert helicopter pilot, and you find no issues with this craft other than the issue that it needs to be flown into high gear.
Hell yeah. That's true. All aircraft that are not currently flying through the sky do have a fundamental flaw, and that they're
Please
not flying
cue
through the sky.
Danger Zone.
Yes. Or the Airwolf theme.
I was about to say, I think for one of those we get taken
to the.
Don't
I can't say anymore.
Don't be too on pitch.
We just stop there, Mike. We don't want to get taken down.
Don't fly us into the takedown zone, is all I'm saying.
Fly. Luckily,
A
my
cow
singing
catcher swoosh fin ads would be an excellent addition for this.
that would be cool.
To catch all of those flying cows.
We don't know what Cobra's gonna. We specifically chose the Cobra installation that's doing animal research.
Yep.
Yes.
It's true.
And they might be stoned out of their mind, and they just look at the Red Bull can, and they're like, "We can make that happen."
Yep.
We're gonna give that bad boy wings.
Oh God.
So, when you are debriefing with Scarlet, you learn 2 other things.
What are they?
One of which is that while you were dealing with the Emergen problem, another group of nearby Joes discovered a theft of rocket parts in Northern California that points to the Crimson Guard as the culprits. Crimson Guard
those
are
guys are serious
an
business.
elite group of Cobra operatives. And Cobra Chowder notes that one of the students of Needle Eye, who is a high-ranking Cobra field agent and assassin, is operating in the area. The student's code name is Blackout. They are a trapper and sniper.
Huh.
Did you say it was one of Needle Eye's students?
Indeed.
Jenny. So on my way out the door, it might have happened that the person who kind of completed my sniper training was a bit disappointed in my choices. And he's the kind of guy who's likely to express those disappointments from a mile and a half away with a large caliber round. And that's Needle Eye.
Seems dangerous.
Yes.
Someone you know personally?
Needle Eye? Yes, I trained under him for years.
Oh.
He's as close to a mentor as I ever had. But he's also one cold psychopathic bastard. Yeah. I'm glad he's not here, so that's good.
Right.
But if he's got a student here, my name might have come up. Just incidentally, conversation.
Could you ask? Like, maybe check in and be like, "Hey, are you mad at me?"
Not really a thing you do to your old employer. Kind of gauche.
I don't
Yeah, and
know. I mean, versus
wi-
killing
I'm-
you, I kind of also gauche.
not to
Less
him.
gauche.
Not to
Killing is less
him.
gauche in this context.
Yeah, it doesn't particularly bother him. Which is one of the reasons I'm here and not there. For instance.
Hey, Joe. Do you
Blackout.
have the culture skill?
I don't know
do.
Blackout.
Would you please kindly make me a culture skill test with if you do you have any specialization for it?
I do not.
All right, just make a culture skill test.
Sounds good.
See what you know about this individual being the officer that you are. Nice. So you that's a strong way to start the campaign back off.
Buddy.
Just gonna go with that. So you've heard of Blackouts, not because of they are or that he is a notable Cobra agent, but because Blackout was at one point a green shirt, which I believe you were also at 1.1.
Yep, I was.
Not in the same class that you were, but washed out of being a green shirt and is the brother of two G.I. Joes who passed the green shirt program and out of, or rather, as you have heard, out of rage of not being accepted despite thinking he was more than good enough, joined Cobra.
That's got to make for some very awkward Thanksgiving dinners.
Yes, indeed. So, the two G.I. Joes that did pass were Barrel Roll, who I believe is a pilot, and Bomb Strike, who is a vehicle specialist in G.I. Joe, specifically having to do with planes. Yes, Barrel Roll is both a fixed-wing aircraft pilot and a marksmanship instructor at the pit.
Oof.
I've heard some about. I'm sorry, what was his name, Ben?
Blackout.
I've heard some about Blackout. He seems like not a great character.
I don't know him, but Needle Eye was always pretty intense about making sure his devotees did not interact. He's pretty paranoid, and I think he was concerned about a palace revolt.
With good reason.
I didn't revolt. I just left. I am a refugee, sir.
I'm sure Blackout will take your status into account.
Oh, no.
Well, we should head out.
Bet that I have been declared persona non grata.
Cannot imagine why. So
Decisions were made.
Decisions were indeed made that we are still living with the consequences with senior actual size. So you, the flight crew gets your brand new Eagle Hawk chopper out, and you set forth to fly the trip that will lead you to the Branson Nature Reserve. And while you are on the way, you find that you are not alone.
In the sky?
In the sky, my friend. In the sky. You have contacts on your radar.
Bogies.
It's that sky traffic again.
Well, those are just some birds.
Birds don't exist.
Canada geese, I think.
Suspicious. Drone-like.
Yes, indeed. You hear a very distinctive.
Ben, I'm pretty sure it's more of a caw.
I mean, I appreciate you trying to will me into having Canada geese as a minion of Cobra.
I mean,
I did not prep for that.
Yeah.
And so during our break, maybe I'll try to figure out a way to make
No,
that
we
happen.
can't defeat Canada geese.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
true.
high enough level for that. Geese.
They've been mind controlled.
All I can think of are like the penguins from Batman 2, like Batman Returns. where it's-
Except Goose will kill you.
I would say I don't think the geese need any mind control
Yeah,
to do
geese
the work
are-
of evil.
They're just nice. I was almost killed by a goose as a small child in real
Were
life.
you?
Yep.
Yes.
Wait,
Mm.
I'm curious now. What happened to you?
Well, I was born on a farm and I lived there till I was 3. My
Yeah.
mother raised geese. She would herd them with a long stick and get them where they needed to go. I observed this as a small child.
Did you
And
live
one day
like in a
when
fairy tale? Like I'm
what
really.
no, people like raise geese, right, in real life.
It
Anyway,
Sure,
does
keep
sound
going.
more and more
so
like a
anyway,
fey
so
upbringing.
as a small child, I observed her herding them with a long stick, and when her back
Yes.
was turned, I picked up a small stick and attempted to herd them. They did not. The gander Ivan did not take well to that, and he was coming at me with his beak all ready for pecking. And apparently,
Mhm.
my dad ran across the entire farmyard, grabbed him by the neck, and slammed him repeatedly into the ground. Which to
He
a
was
goose,
fine. He was fine.
which for a goose is just like whatever.
Just like
But
Wizard of the Coast is doing to the D&D community.
yes.
Oh.
Mm.
But the goose was fine. I was fine. But if I had had another full minute to attempt my goose herding experiment, it would have gone poorly because the little geese with their, I mean, it would have been unpleasant.
Ron, every time I hear something new about your backstory,
Yes.
I learn something completely new.
Well,
Like, and really kind of unexpected.
Well, you mess with the honk, you get the bonk.
that's right.
Yes.
I mean,
All of these things added together really
I
explain a
always
lot about you.
that's always one of my lines when you play that icebreaker game where you put
Yeah.
three things about yourself and one
Yeah,
is
yeah.
one is
Two
false and
truths
two are
and a
true.
lie.
True. I always was almost killed by a goose as a small child as one of them.
That's a good
solid.
one. That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
one.
What
You
what
should
about
just-
being being a prize-winning Magic the Gathering player?
Depends on the audience.
Mm.
Right. So
So we're in our Eagle Hawk chopper that we're gonna name Eagly.
Eagly.
Yeah.
Eagly McEagly face.
Do you really want to taste it?
hmm
Of course.
And we do have sensors, colloquially called radar,
You do indeed.
and we are picking up a bogey or
You-
multiple bogeys.
Multiple bogeys, friend.
All right. Where are they in a clock orientation?
They are coming from 7 and 5.
Okay.
I hope everyone enjoyed me having to do this to realize what was on a clock. As far as
Obviously.
directions.
Obviously.
So I will tell, or I'm probably not running the radar, although it's probably pretty obvious to everyone. Twist and anyone else that's in the back, can you try and get visual? We have bogeys coming up behind us.
Sure. I unpack my gun. Thump, set it up. Look through the scope.
As you do, you see, as you are flying through the air, and I move you to another screen, begin the might and wonder of having animated backgrounds.
Oh, we are flying through the sky.
Ah.
Whoa.
This is your, wait for page to be ready. There's your Eagle Hawk, Eagly. And you see that coming behind you, if I can get to the GM overlay, there is, in fact, a Cobra helicopter coming from
Dun, dun,
behind on the
dun.
left, and a Cobra helicopter coming from behind on the right. You can
I
easily
really-
tell that these individuals are looking to start some problems. They want to give you the business and make sure you don't make it to the nature preserve.
How far away are they?
Well, they are. Let's find out how many squares that is. They're 55. They're probably 60 feet behind you. So I'll move them. I'll move you forward 1 so that
Wait,
solves that problem.
Okay. They got within 60 feet of us?
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep.
They got within this far away. How about that? Sure. I'm dealing with the size of the map here. How about that? 135. Bam.
Just make them 10 foot
How
squares.
about that?
Okay.
But if I turn it into 10-foot squares, I have to do all kinds of crazy different math on
Yeah, all right,
the
fair.
weapon ranges and all that shenanigans.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I mean, yes.
Ooh, or maybe I
It-
don't. Let's find out if I do or not.
This is exciting.
In
I'll
vehicles,
press this button.
you
See
do
what
tend to deal with
happens.
bigger scales as everything's bigger and faster.
Everything
I
is
mean,
bigger. There we
our-
go. Bam! They're 260 feet away.
Okay, I'll take
That's
it.
still awful close, but yeah.
But they're at least out of range of our guns and probably
Speak
their
for
guns.
yourself.
I mean our actual helicopter guns.
I don't
Oh.
think so. I think your helicopter guns have.
Oh, like 1,000-foot range on surface-to-air
Yeah.
missiles.
I said our guns, not our missiles.
That's true. Fox 1.
Okay, so I think initiative would be in order because the first thing I'm going to do is bring us to combat speed, which will dramatically determine whether we get shot out of the air or not. So hopefully we do well.
There's a way to show initiative in this game. Hey, I found the button.
Opa.
Woo!
All right.
So, do we all roll? How does
Yeah, how
combat
does this work?
vehicle combat work? Vehicular combat?
It works the same. The only difference is that
you don't move.
blockchain,
unless-
blockchain and twist and search are
Mhm.
restricted to firing out of the 2 gun ports. And
Which I take it are on the sides and do not have an angle to the back.
that's sort of a little fuzzy. Like you can refer to the picture.
Yeah.
The Voce can control the guns. I can also control the guns if I stop flying, which I probably won't do.
Sadly, I cannot get the animated background to show up in Twitch.
Well,
Seeing it, it's just not animated.
Yeah.
no, my
nope,
expensive
there it
animated
goes.
background.
Oh, there it is. There
It's
it
doing
is.
it. It's doing
Okay.
it.
Okay. I can't flip over to my character sheet as well.
Yes, because as soon as you do, it stops.
Yeah, because if you lose focus, it stops rendering. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
We'll probably pause the animated background once we go a little bit, so our viewers are not treated to a constant loop that's moving relatively quickly, because some people find that difficult.
No way to slow it down, huh?
Not that I'm aware of, but we have a break coming up. Maybe I'll discover new things about how this map works in that time.
All right. Well, I wish to spend a chip on
All
my
right.
initiative roll.
Sounds good to me.
Ben, you're going to add us all to the initiative, though.
Well, I can do that real quick.
All right. I'm gonna have to go to a different page to roll dice.
It
Figure
didn't.
out what I need to roll anyway.
It didn't occur to me during character creation, but the initiative of the pilot when you're in a helicopter or something is actually pretty important.
What?
Well, now you're going to learn some things.
It's just so tough because initiative, if you put points in initiative, that means that point is not in targeting or in driving.
Yep.
So like it's competing against my 2 primary skills.
Jump up and high five, blockchain.
Woo! You have to be like me, where I can lie and be really fast.
Lying makes you faster.
I don't think I want to grow up to be like blockchain.
Come on.
All right, I believe using a chip makes me count as trained, or I don't take disadvantage.
Yes, I believe that is how we'll do it. And I think I need to grab you all and put you outside of the view screen so I can add your turns into the tracker.
You might be able to hit just Control W and put us into the tracker.
Control W. That just I think that just closed Roll20 for me.
No.
Because now Roll20 is gone. I don't know what.
I'm sorry. They have changed the command, sir.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, how do I show the tooltips? And everybody in chat is like, Alt F4.
Yeah, Control W does close your current window in Chrome. That is a true statement.
Sorry, it might be Control U. It might be Control U.
Maybe it's time for, you know what?
Why don't we find out during our break? Because
Yeah.
it's perfect time for break, and then we'll figure out all of these problems, or some of them maybe, by the time we get back.
Luckily, Eagly is quite sturdy.
Yes.
That's good.
because I have a feeling we're going to get shot.
Welcome back, everyone, where we've probably figured out some of the technical issues we had when we left. Maybe. Let's see how it goes.
We're doing great.
It's going to come down to we haven't done stuff on Roll20 a little bit, and we're just shaking that rust off. And we're starting strong by having pew fights in the air with helicopters because thwappa thwappa.
Thwappa, thwappa.
Thwappa thwappa.
So,
My name is Appa, and I'm a sky bison.
what?
Just flying things.
I mean, Indege indeed. So, at this point, I think we can roll initiative, and I can add you in there. I see Lavoce has got a 19.
I got a 6.
Right. Star has 6, which means the chopper also has a 6, I believe.
Yep.
It is important for our pilot to have initiative.
Well, the range of engagement caught me by surprise. They came out of that cloud bank. They're very cunning pilots.
They are, and then I realized they should be a little bit further back. And then
because a lot of times
everything at 10 feet.
I kind of anticipated we'd be like, a half mile away from each other at the beginning of combat. But sometimes you get outfoxed. You got to be ready for anything.
It's actually that they have a special paint coating on them that made it so you couldn't detect them until they got closer.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sneaky Cobra technology. All right. I think,
Radar reflective paint.
They're painted just like the sky. We couldn't tell.
That's true.
I mean, a lot of planes are. Why do you think they're all gray?
Cheap, because it's cheap.
I mean, truth, but the color is actually called haze gray.
The more you know.
I still need initiative from Twist and Blockchain. And
Minus 11, I've already rolled.
I have a 26.
Why are none of these showing up in my... Oh, okay. I see.
I'm going to go ahead and declare that Search is out of this combat.
I
think that's fair.
If the event comes where you need to launch Search at a helicopter, she'll launch at your initiative. We'll say.
Excellent.
Because the problem is, ordinarily I would happily drop Search on top of a hostile party, but unfortunately these hostile parties have spitting blades on top.
It is, a bit of a problem.
They're kind of inherently dog-proof, and while it probably wouldn't be great.
All right.
Yes.
So let's see if I can sort this descending. Yeah.
And I'm sure that the dog would not be seriously harmed, but they would be probably bounced off into the sky,
Yes.
which is less than ideal.
Or she'd open up her dog chute and float down to the ground.
Yeah, Joe. Everybody has a parachute.
Oh yeah, the dog definitely is a parachute.
Oh my god.
There's no question. Which they might need shortly, depending on how things go.
All right. So that starts us off on Blockchain at 26.
Blockchain looks for some kind of radar panel, something where you can be like, oh, how can I help?
There's 2 gun ports.
There is definitely a radar panel
that you can shoot out of. There's a radar panel you can look at. And
what if this radar panel? It seems so primitive. What if it was better? Hang on.
In what capacity are you going to upgrade it? And could you have done it 20 minutes ago before these guys snuck up on us?
Nope, right now.
I'll download the firmware upgrade right now. See, the meter is.
It'll just take it like 2 minutes to restart.
Because I'm not going to stand here and tell you our radar cannot be upgraded, because it is imminently clear that there are improvements to be made.
There are opportunities.
No, I'm going to learn how to use it really quickly.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, yeah. So I push this big green button here, right? And then I can call out, all the course changes for all the bad guys.
What matter? So tell me what you're trying to do, and let's figure out how to make.
I am aiding the both the pilot and the gunners in engaging or avoiding the enemies that are behind us. via this radar system.
So you can use that to aid one or the other. Your aid can either be to give a defense bonus to the pilots and thus the crafts, or to aid the attack roll of the gunner.
I'll aid the attack roll of a gunner. Who here seems to need the
The
worst?
gunner, the
Well-
helicopter gunner.
Okay.
The helicopter gunner, who is your officer Lavoche, unless
Excellent.
things have changed.
Lavoche, slightly to the left.
Ah. Well, when it's my turn, I will use that thing.
The other
Indeed.
left.
All right, that takes us to rescue.
So you said that there are some gun ports.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not great at it, but I don't know that there's all that much else I can do to assist in this fight. So I will take a position to shoot things.
All right, I think they're out of range of your personal armaments at the moment.
Absolutely.
But don't worry, they'll be getting close real soon. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear.
Yep.
So you will shoot the first, or you will attack the first one that comes within range of. And what is your range?
That is a good question. I will look that up for you. Un momento, por favor.
Did you have a long arm, or had you traded that out for something else?
Me? I have a pistol. I've
Okay.
got stock standard, baby.
What'd you trade out for your long arm for? Like an axe or something?
Yes, I do have an
Okay.
axe. I've got a very good melee weapon, which, as it turns out, not helpful here.
They
I'm
came
not.
really close though.
I'm not willing to drop search on top of another helicopter. I have not said
Rescue,
anything
on the other
similar
hand.
about rescue.
Hey, Ron, you should have
Yes.
used the vehicle's initiative, not your own initiative.
Why did
Oh,
the
thank
vehicle?
goodness.
Does the vehicle have an initiative?
Yeah, it's a D4.
Yeah.
So you should just roll a D4 and add it to your initiative.
Oh, okay.
Because
so-
did you roll disadvantage? Because you don't roll disadvantage because you do have an
No,
initiative.
he used
score.
a story point.
Use
I
story point.
I saved a story point and I actually got a 9, Ben.
All right, 9 it is. Which
Yes,
Not-
but still, thank you.
Yeah, you need to have at least a D4 initiative before you can use your initiative instead of the vehicles. That is like a requirement.
yes, just like in Power Rangers, if the Zord / helicopter has a higher stat than you do, you can use that when you're piloting it.
80 to answer the earlier question. 80 feet is my max range.
All right. Well, the good news is your action will go off here in just a moment.
I'm not comfortable with this situation.
Yeah, me neither, buddy.
Well, the Cobra one-man attack helicopter over here on your 7 o'clock. Haha! Approaches. It does not even send a message on the radio telling you to land. It just lashes out quick strikes with
Like a snake.
yes, like a snake, with in fact its 30mm rapid fire cannon. I should move
30
first.
millimeter. Damn.
Seems real bad.
Yes, I need to be on the right layer to do this. It's okay, folks. I do this professionally. We're all
That's a-
professionals here.
That's a higher caliber than ours.
Should also look up my move real quick. It
It's
is
just surprisingly. Well, it's their primary armament.
And they're kind of small, fast glass cannons, I think.
Yeah.
They are small indeed.
Or a
Move.
transport chopper.
Yep.
Which is 60. Gets me to there. And then that distance to you is 200. So I will be not able to attack you. I will just move a little bit closer. Move a little bit closer. You're my kind of man.
So big and so strong.
So, yes, advances on you with intent. However, it does not get close enough to attack yet because it has used both actions to do the movement. So it takes us to Lavoche.
When a attack is in the second range, right? The first one is the normal range. The second one is the max range, right?
Second is your max range, which means you are at a snag to attack at that longer range.
So I will open fire with our 20mm thunderclap cannons, which is with a snag because we're at 100. We're at
140.
We're within the 160 max range.
Aha!
Now
So,
they have the linked trait, which gives you automatic advantage, or it's not called advantage. Special, no, edge. Automatic edge on all shots with them.
Oh, so that cancels out my snag. Sweet.
there you go.
So it's just a regular attack.
And then remember your upshift for blockchain's keen advice.
Excellent. Yes.
And you can choose. Basically, you can choose between shooting for 1 damage or take a 1 downshift to shoot for 2 damage.
I don't think I'm good. Quite skilled enough to be looking at doing that.
And
So I'm gonna start at the flat with 1 damage. Ooh, that's a good roll.
that will probably be a damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do believe that hits me. Indeed, it does.
Excellent.
Hooray.
So you're hitting me for a single point. All right.
Mayhem.
You twist the cannon back and fire, and the fang twists to the side, but not before taking shots along its lower
Ooh.
fuselage. Lower
Sounds
part of the
right.
helicopter, lots of bullets. Pew, 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 pew.
Yay!
So
Pew,
where
Floppa, floppa.
Sky High and I are positioned inside the vehicle, are we adjacent to each other?
Yes, you are adjacent to each other.
Okay, then I will use one of my many Commander Bennies to remind Sky High that when they start their turn, they get a shift up on the skill of their choice.
Ooh.
Let's see.
And then I use my move action to reload, to cycle the ammo for the Thunderclap cannon so I can fire it again next round.
It has the ammo feeder upgrade, which means
Oh.
it loses the reload quality.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Well, then I will say, Twist. Get them in your sights, and I will give Twist 2 upshifts on her next attack.
Oh,
her next
yeah.
attack.
Ooh.
Can I have a bullet?
Yes. You have a couple already.
No, I used them all in the last fight.
I toss one backwards, assured that she will catch it.
One bullet.
And it
One.
tightens in as the bullet, this huge rifle round goes end over end over end, and then it cuts over to seeing the bullet fly right near the window and then grab.
Nice.
All right, so that will take us to
Hope you got a bunch of free actions every turn, lady.
yes, indeed.
Got enough to throw bullets every turn.
Was there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Could pick up 5 feet of bullets, which would be like
Ooh.
4
No,
for your
but
giant
she's
gun.
only going to give me 1.
All right, so that takes us to my second fang, which I also believe is just going to double move because my range is shorter. I mean, I suppose I could shoot a rocket at you.
That might be exciting.
All right, so
I mean, it will be exciting.
I will move. Ooh, I need to be on the right tool. It's like I haven't done this in a little bit, but
I know.
thank you.
I'll take out that rocket with my pistol. That's how.
Oh, damn.
Search
I
will take
mean-
out the rocket when it gets close to the chopper.
Search, fetch.
Yeah.
God.
Wow. I mean,
She's
I mean-
got a jetpack on, people.
That
Come
worked on
on.
it'll work on the first one, that's sure.
yeah.
All right.
They won't expect any of this. I can assure you of that.
No.
Nobody expects a dog in a dog fight.
Pretty much.
Unless
Ha
there's Snoopy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
The Red Baron.
Gotta look out for that Red Baron.
Mhm.
All right. So I will fire at you, and let's see how it goes with this rocket.
It's not fair.
I am anti-tank, but I think that means I ignore your plating bonus to armor if you have one, but I don't think you do.
Yep, I don't think I do either.
All right. So let's see. Well, unfortunately, fires the
Wow.
rocket and it streams towards you, and you bank.
I don't think I even move.
I mean,
I mean, you do, but you move like 1 foot to get out of it. It's just like a little twitch of your wrist.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to sweat over this. You're awesome. And the
props,
rocket
man,
goes
no
harmlessly
props.
off into the distance, where I'm sure it won't cause any problems anywhere.
God.
But but that does take us to Twist.
Hopefully
Alright.
they ambushed us over an empty spot on the map.
I catch the bullet and take a move action to reload the rifle.
All right. Now I don't
And-
want to like.
I know.
Okay.
I know. You're good. Sure. So I normally start off at auto crit.
Right?
Actually,
the-
auto crit +1.
The firing ports don't accommodate two-handed weapons.
Yes, so you're minus
Oh.
3 from there, but you're +2 from La Voce, right?
Sure. So
Mhm.
-3 takes
So
me to
you're-
auto success. +2 takes me up to auto crit +1.
And then I thought you were just at auto crit. Why are you at auto crit +1?
Because I can aim.
Oh, okay. I thought with all of your actions you get to auto crit rather than being passive, but that's fine.
We're level 5 now, Ben.
Hot dang!
Yeah, because I'm at. I have an extra 2 upshifts from La Voce that I normally do not.
Right, but you're also -3. So
Yeah, but I normally go to auto crit +1.
I know, and I wasn't aware of that, so I'll
Okay.
just have to make sure that I remember that next time that I say the penalty on your shots because you're firing a two-handed weapon in a vehicle is actually -4.
Okay, -4 is fine.
Because I would like for you
It's
to
an
roll
auto
dice
success.
and not just. I mean, I guess you could auto success, sure.
Yeah.
So you hit me for 2. Which one are you hitting?
Neither of them are damaged, so I'll hit the.
That is not true. The cannon
Oh,
rips
that's right,
some
right.
holes in the closer one over here.
I will shoot at that one. Actually,
Right.
no, I probably can't because somebody's on the left side of the chopper and I'm probably on the right.
I'm more
That
than
is
happy to switch with
100%
you.
up to you.
I don't think we could legitimately both fit out the
I
door.
agree.
Or can you?
I mean, like, sure, but you can still hit this guy, right?
I can.
I still have pools of hit points on my other thing. All hit points are temporary. Remind me of that.
Yes. In fact, I will shoot at that one, and I will actually have to roll because that will take me down another peg for distance.
All right.
Hmm.
They're right.
Well, distance gives you a snag, but you don't care about that because you auto hit, right?
Oh, you're right. It'll be a snag, but 3d6.
I thought you just said that you were okay. Cool.
You know, I'm close, but I'm not. Oy Vega Vault. Oh no, wait, I'm specialized. Hang on.
We have macros for this.
I know.
Hey, there we go.
You may take 2 points of damage at your leisure.
So tell me about the sniper rifle round that goes into my helicopter, but doesn't kill my pilot.
Uh,
I mean, if you're letting her take a called shot on your pilot, I think she'll take it.
Nah. 'Cause my pilot has a special thing where I can lean into it and take the damage on my pilot instead of my craft.
Ooh.
But I'm not into that action quite yet.
all right. Well, the bullet zings past the pilot and buries itself in the seat just behind him, and
Smoke billows out of the back.
smoke billows out of the back.
Right. Well, I did not pay for the upgrades to make smoke come out of my tokens. So next time.
The smoking token.
All right. Anything else, Twist?
I think that's enough.
All right.
I'm gonna do some math at my next shot before I get there.
Sounds good to me. That takes us to the chopper and Sky High.
All right. My action this turn will basically be to start flying dramatically slower. I'm going to go down to combat speed from travel speed.
Ooh.
There's no jerking. It's all smooth like butter. But the helicopter will now be dramatically harder to hit. Not that apparently the Cobra agents were able to hit me in the first place, but now
I had to approach for my cannons, and my rockets are designed to hit the surface, so I was just taking a wild shot, you know?
all right. Well, I appreciate that. And I will also turn us around to face them, just because, or maybe not around, but like broadside. Although,
Get her
that
closer. Get her in range of the guns.
yeah. So I'm decelerating anyway. So I'm not sure how we want to represent it, but I believe I should be able to move closer to them.
Sure. How close do you want to move? I think you get 45 when you do your ability to make it attack your evasion, right?
45 feet closer.
Okay. Oh, I probably need to make you able to edit the token. No, it says you can control it. See if you can control it.
All right. I had it on this really cool zoomed out view, but that meant I couldn't actually. 1, 2. Are they 10 foot?
Yeah, they're 10 foot.
All right. I moved myself
All right.
5 squares. I rounded up.
Sounds good.
That's
I'll
my
allow it.
that's my ace piloting, getting me an extra 5 feet. And that's it. I'm actively making us a hard target.
All right. So that takes us to the top of the second round, where we have Blockchain, who's learning more and more about this radar system, etc.
Blockchain decides that he's going to help out Sky High this time. He's very impressed by this expert piloting in combat situations. He'll be like, no, okay, I got you, and we'll help him with his 3D vectoring.
I appreciate that completely.
Closer, or further, whatever is really desired outcome here.
You just enable me. You're not throwing me a pint of jet fuel every round to let me fly
Maybe
just
I
a little
am,
further.
But maybe I am.
I can just imagine Blockchain just like staring at you and going, family, and then turning like the hidden like Nox system on your
Right?
Oh,
helicopter.
sweet!
It's jet fuel, man.
This is
Nox would
improved jet
actually
fuel.
slow us down.
It'll
Exactly.
melt steel beams, maybe.
Yeah, but the fact that he said family first means
Oh,
that
Right?
things
yeah.
can be fine.
It's true, yeah.
You're already
Yeah.
decelerating. It just helps you decelerate, right?
That's true. Thanks for the Nox assist.
Anything else, Blockchain?
Feel that? That's the VTech kicking in.
I like it because it's almost a real thing.
Right?
All right.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, blockchain is good.
They're
Oh,
real
yeah.
good too.
Oh,
So that takes us to rescue. I just checked because I was like, oh no, does that mean that I'm within range of your thing? But I'm still at 90 feet, I think.
Yep. You're just outside. So I mean,
Oh.
I sit back and I await my perfect pistol shot.
ooh.
Oh, sounds good. So that will take.
I am called shotting those pilots.
Why not go to axes at this point?
I can just imagine, like, it's like, now's my time to shine. It just opens up this bag that has a bunch of throwing axes with like explosive heads, and it's just like, yeah.
I mean, can't we Ben Hur this where we're flying
Ooh.
alongside, you're swinging axes?
Yeah,
I
Spears.
mean, if you wanted to
ship to ship combat.
get
I
close
would
enough
like-
to that,
Ben,
sure.
ideally, I would like to recreate the scene from oh God, which was it? Far Cry or no? It's the Saints Row where they're falling out of the airplane. One of those games had a silly
Oh
ass
no,
scene
the
like
one
that.
the one from the movie with all the cargo crates falling.
Yes.
behind
Oh,
the plane.
Uncharted,
Uncharted. there you go.
Uncharted.
or
With what was that? Tom Holland.
the Living Daylights. No, it was.
Oh.
I'll look it up later. There's a Timothy Dalton movie where they have a fight just like that, only far earlier in film where they didn't CGI a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I want to make somebody on the ground ask, are
Hmm.
they trying to fly the tank?
Yeah.
oh, that was in 18.
18.
That was
yeah.
an 18.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
pretty awesome.
yes.
That movie was better than it had any right to
Where
be.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
All right. I am going to move within range of your shots. So fire away, good sir.
It was the Living Daylights.
There we
Hmm.
go.
Okay.
Actually, move a little bit closer than that. But your shot goes off at whenever you feel like in that range.
That's fine.
Perfect.
Did it come up?
Last roll I see is from Twist.
D2. Submit. Uh-oh. I think one of our macros is broken.
Oh no.
Which one?
Snag.
Oh no, it just took a second to show up because as
Okay.
soon as I pressed it, of course, your 3
Yeah.
rolls showed up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well,
Uh,
the first one is a 4.
I was about to
Ooh.
say, even if you put like any 2 of these together, I think even if you put all 3 of them together, you don't actually hit me. So
Excellent.
I'm just gonna assume you're just yelling, "Suppressing fire!"
Blam, 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 blam.
And with that, I will fire my guns because I am now within not snag distance for my 30mm rapid cannons. So
Mhm.
let's see how this do. I am I don't have that. I am this. This was the one that I am. All right, there we go. I have a 16. Does a 16 hit your crafts?
It does not.
Jason?
I jinked.
Curses!
You would have got me if I jinked, but I jinked.
Well, all right.
Mhm.
Jinkies.
I tried, and therefore no one can judge me. I moved. I attacked. I probably should have taken a free action to aim, but I'll remember to do that on my next turn because that's how this works. That does take us to La Voce.
Excellent. Well, now that I have edge on this attack, right? I got edge. It wasn't like canceling out snags. It was get edge.
Yep, you just
Yep.
get edge.
Yeah, you get edge from the linked quality, and
I will take a shot and I'll do a downshift to attempt to do 2 damage to this vehicle.
Because I mean, if you think about it, you have 2 20mm cannons and you're 40 feet away.
Right, exactly. Should be fine.
I just have to say, I have played many games where it's like, oh, at this close, I can't possibly miss.
Yeah.
And
I
mean,
might
yes,
have at a
that's true.
13. That might have
Yeah.
just
Did
been
you
what happened.
XCOM us?
Maybe.
That does not hit, unfortunately. Season's coming and ducks down, then rises up back out of the cloud cover, ready to suffer your next attack. But anything else, Lavoche? I think
I will spend my move. And
At this point, should we just all kept flying?
Yeah.
They
Like,
stuck in a helicopter.
I
to
hit
avoid
one
your
time.
shot?
I'll have
oh,
you
that's
know.
true. You did
I'll
it,
have
and
you
you hit
know.
from long range, so
That's right.
I hit him too.
It's like
that's true.
I
But
tossed
you
another
can hit-
bullet back to
you can hit
Twist
anyone from anywhere. Twist.
Thanks.
and tell them to fire gooder, and that's another 2 upshifts.
fire gooder.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. This brings me to my second plane. Or my second helicopter. The planes come in later.
Oh crap!
Maybe
Maybe we'll have to throw rescue off.
Yep.
All right.
It's true.
We'll take care of it.
I will take this attack with snag. But I will remember to aim.
Please
Gosh darn it.
do.
Aha! What about a 26?
Ooh. I guess I should ask what sort of a bonus I'm getting from the blockchain, but I have a feeling it's not going to close the gap.
I would probably say, you know what? I'm shooting from the hip, which is not really the best thing to do. But let's, we're having fun together. It's
We're
all
playing
good.
G.I. Joe. It's okay.
How about a +3 bonus?
All right, I will take that under advisement for future. But you have connected. You have connected with Eagly.
All right. So unfortunately, Eagly, there is a impact that rattles the tail of your transport helicopter, but stops short of hitting the cabin where all of your varied individual friends are leaning out and shooting. You do take 2 points of 30mm damage.
I was afraid that was going to happen eventually. I really wish it had just hit the crew cabin and not my chopper, but maybe next time. Oh, I thought you don't have to jump out, but could you just climb outside the helicopter and
Shield it with your body?
Shield it with your body?
It
the
seems
blatant-
incredibly dangerous.
And the blatant
I'm in.
layer of teammates.
All
I'm
right.
in.
So that does take us to Twist.
All right. I checked my spells ahead of time.
Good.
I don't know why you're trying to shame me in a game that I'm not even playing a spellcaster.
All right. So there's my math. I am up to crit +3.
All right.
It's the fire gooder bonus that really,
I mean,
does
Mhm.
it.
I always am filled with confidence when Joe tells me to fire gooder.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So yes, so you're at auto crit +3. Then, like we said, for using a two-handed weapon, you're gonna be -4. Normally, you wouldn't be able to, but you're a badass, and also, I want you to be able to do stuff. So,
I mean, I can take a lot of like at 5 downshifts. I'm still at auto
I
success.
am not here to.
4 downshifts. I'm still at auto success.
Well, good. Then, what's your auto success on which one of these? Let me know.
I still think the way helicopter that
You
I'm
mean
going
how they thwappa?
how they thwappa.
There we go.
I think it's going to have to be on the one at 5 o'clock.
Okay. Well, you can see in this given instance, the pilot's manages to twist so that you can see that there is a spray of blood coming back onto his seat. But there's less damage to his helicopter from that.
Tag the pilot, but he's still there. Thanks for the bullet, Jenny. Sure could, maybe you could give me 2 next time, just to, just because.
I like Joe's nonplus, like, nah. That does take us into Sky High and Eagle Hawk.
I think if I get a little close, are you within short range? Rescue.
Yep. Or
No, I'm not yet.
Okay.
what's your short range?
25.
I mean, his short range is reach out and touch someone.
That's
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
If I'm in short range of them with my pistol, I'm just gonna jump over there with my axe.
I want to give you.
So don't get that close. It's a warning.
Or do, apparently?
We're within 10 feet now,
Ooh,
so we'll
there we
see.
go.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
All right.
Can I make
Anything
a
else?
10-foot jump?
You can totally make a 10-foot jump.
You're a G.I. Joe, man.
I mean, I'm going to have you roll some dice for the tension, but, like, the chance that you know what? I'm not going to wish that evil on you, Ricky Bobby.
And then I plummet from the sky.
You've got a parachute.
And a backup chute. And you're probably the person that is most able to.
I do have a
track
D4
your
in
way.
athletics.
Yeah, well, you would land. You have a parachute. You would land fine. Like, there's probably rules for falling in parachutes and damage. We're gonna say those are advanced rules, and we're doing a basic game.
Well, you probably
Ain't
you'd
nothing
probably-
about you, basic baby.
You'd probably have to spend an action opening a door
Yep.
to get, and that'll probably compromise my ability to fly to some degree.
That seems bad.
The doors are open so that they can
Yeah.
fire out of it.
You have the big rolling doors on the sides.
Yeah, they
Right.
wide open.
Well, that's
Ron was unaware of this development.
no. I knew it had the big sliding doors. I know we would have had them closed while we were flying at full speed.
You were, but then you got into combat speed, and that's totally a fine time to open the doors.
It's true.
Okay.
It does not give you any penalty in combat or anything like that.
All right.
Blockchain had really started playing Jimi Hendrix over
Oh.
the sound system, so you should have known that meant that the doors are open and we were
I
firing out of
mean,
them.
Eagly's more of a Ride of the Valkyries type chopper, but
Okay, we can do
Ooh,
that.
Sticking to the classics.
Yes.
I don't. You are the person that controls our sound
It's
cloud.
It's true.
So
Stereo's right
Sound
here.
cloud.
this is more of a after combat note rather than something Eagly can control right now.
Hmm.
But why do the ads keep coming up for crypto during
Oh
the
my God,
soundtrack
yeah.
of- like, you couldn't spring for the version of Spotify that was ad free for
Oh, no,
As
I paid for these ads.
as
Specifically these ads.
as
paid
Twist tries to
for the
aim a
ads.
particularly invasive earworm of a crypto ad, gives her an attack
Exactly.
penalty.
I
seems
mean,
about right.
that's certainly possible. Anything else, Sky High?
No,
All
I'm
right.
I'm
that
fully committed to, flying in the sky, which is not as easy as it looks.
So that will
I
take
mean,
us
it
to the
beats
top
flying
of
in the
round.
ground.
I mean, probably. So it'll take us to the top of round 3 and probably our last round for tonight. So let's finish this, or we'll pick it up next session. But blockchain, what you got?
So the other blockchain will aid the other gunner by calling out numbers to twist, I suppose.
I
Is that,
give
is that-
somebody
does it-
else the help. Give somebody
No,
else the
that
help.
doesn't help her. No.
Yeah.
No.
It,
I'm
it,
good.
it would help Lavoche though. Lavoche
All right.
missed.
We'll help Lavoche.
Ooh,
Such
such
judgment.
condemnation.
Slightly lower is really all the blockchain says. Like
Ooh.
a foot lower.
Ah, foot lower.
Yeah.
Hadn't considered that.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, in that case, anything else, blockchain?
Blockchain has like a small whiteboard where he has like angles drawn towards like little stick figure airplanes or helicopters. It's great.
I just love that he's making stick figure airplanes in a helicopter battle.
He's
Yes.
desperately trying to justify his position because otherwise he will have to crawl out and pace his body across the hull of the chopper to block bullets. Like,
I mean,
once you said that, I can't unhear that really.
Probably it'll be Rescue that crawls out and puts her body
It's
between
true.
us and the bullets because she's got more hit points than the helicopter and all the PCs in it.
wait, is it that search?
Yes.
Search. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
But
I was about to say this helicopter's pretty chunky. Does Search have more than 8 hit
No,
points?
but
she might have more than 6 because that's what we've got now.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, she pretty chunky.
She's got 5.
Oh, so we're getting close to Search levels of hit points. All right.
Yep.
Anything else, blockchain?
Blockchain is
You
a
don't-
bust.
But I have to say, you don't feel comfortable when your helicopter is as structurally sound as a
Dog.
As a dog.
as a German Shepherd.
I
Even a
don't know.
really
I mean, they're pretty meaty.
Pretty stout as far as dog goes.
Yeah.
All right. So that takes us to Rescue, who is within close range of the pistol or within boarding action range.
Yeah.
We are not quite yet in dire enough straits for me to jump out of
Oh,
a
come on. How
perfectly
many
good
chances
Oh.
like
helicopter.
this are you gonna get in your life? Go for it, dude.
Exactly. How many other
think
chances?
so?
Oh yeah. If it was me, I'd do it.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
You prepare
So
to-
I'm gonna take my axe and I'm gonna use it to try and definitely help catch myself on the enemy helicopter.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
What
mean,
the heck are you
blockchain-
doing?
Blockchain turns the music
I'm gonna
all
turn
the
back.
way up. Like
I'm gonna
all the
turn
way
back
up.
and I'm gonna say, "I'll be back."
You'll be back.
I'll be
All
back.
right.
I need
That's
to go
the
axe
story.
him.
That
If
man
ever I
deserves a
heard
story
one.
point.
Do we have a picture of this enemy helicopter? Just to
You
because
can
it does
see
not
it
look
or-
like Eagly looks like.
No, it's a smaller
I mean,
crowd.
we kind of like if you zoom in on these tokens, like they are an open front helicopter. So like when I'm jumping over there, I'm just like punching that guy out of the seat.
Yeah.
I got a
mean,
picture.
This is the best.
Yes. I was about to say, let me pull out the box packaging because, of course, I put it on the tokens, but I didn't have a handout ready to show you what your enemy looked like.
Well, you didn't anticipate the combat savvy that is Rescue.
You know, I kind of did, but I also was like, I don't know if they're ever going to get that close. They're in helicopters, they're flying through the air.
That did it.
Really, Sky High, you have no one to blame but yourself for this.
Right.
I
Rescue knows all of the best.
I take full
dives.
responsibility.
All right, Ben, what do you need for me to
All
make
the
this
best
dream a reality?
times.
I need for
Yup.
you to make me a athletics skill test to make the leap.
And don't fail, or you die.
I'm gonna spend
A story point?
a story point,
That sounds
Seems
like
like a
plan.
good choice.
and that
Yeah.
makes
All
me.
right, I cannot get the.
That gives me
figure.
edge.
That will give you specialization
Yep.
on this So what is
Assuming
your
you're
athletics?
trained in athletics.
I am.
Okay, good.
All right, let's see if I have
Oh,
just
well
shared that with
done.
you or not.
I
'Cause
got a 12.
Because if you fail this, it's not that you missed the helicopter; it's that you hit the blades.
Ooh.
So with a 12, that is enough to make a 10-foot leap out and to land on the other helicopter.
There's
So
no
now
like
you get-
circumstances.
so now you can get your other token because I was like, I'll have the tokens hidden over here where I'm not going to need them.
It's fine. We can use that one.
I think search is
Boom.
still.
Perfect.
was amazing.
That
I
is
was amazed.
impressive.
I
Yeah.
want to point out that our fans are all howling for you to jump in chat.
Yes.
Done.
Not one of them said that this is a bad idea.
We listen to our fans.
Yes.
All right.
It's true.
So you have made the
Um,
leap. Now it is it's your turn to
Yeah,
regret
I'm
their
gonna-
choices of being an open.
I'm gonna use the blade of my fire axe to free this guy from the safety harness, and out he goes.
And Old Slow Tiger 90 would like to point out that Roger Moore would be proud of you.
It's true.
Yep, and I'm excited for the next round when Mike has to make a driving test to not die.
Nope, I'm gonna
He has
jump
a
back. It's gonna be
helicopter.
fine.
I don't think you have that kind of time.
Well, we'll find out.
Helicopters glide, don't they?
No.
All right, hit me, fam.
All right, what am I hitting you with?
Your fire axe, I think.
All right, so this is going to be a athletics check as well because it is a modified fire axe.
I can't really evade out of the way, so this will be against my toughness.
Excellent.
He's fully belted in.
Ugh,
Well, the bad news is
I rolled
you
a
leap on the
4 on
helicopter
the
just
D20.
fine. And sorry, what?
I rolled a 4 on the D20. Guys, roll 20 continues to be broken.
Didn't
You
you
rolled a
spend
10 on the last one, Mike.
Didn't you? You spent a story
Story
point
point
on the
leap.
jump. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a certain amount of oh no from the pilots, but the twisting in the vehicle means that you just narrowly it scrapes against his helmet as you hit into the cushion of the chair behind, and you'll need to wrench your axe back out as part of your next turn.
Oh, I
Alright.
think he has Trinity reloads on the axes.
No, I
you?
don't. No, my
Like-
fire axe is sadly too modified to have Trinity reloads.
Got it.
Yeah.
Or you'll risk you pulling out your second best combat fire axe.
That's right. I got 12 hands worth of fire axes.
It's fine. This is why they gave me a boot knife.
Someday, Mike. Someday you'll sketch out exactly
you have a
how your
pistol, too?
character leapt from one craft to the other while these whirling blades were directly overhead on this.
I'm sorry.
helicopter.
Have any of y'all ever seen a G.I. Joe cartoon? This happens
All
every
the
episode.
time.
This is just fine. This is fine.
I mean, if James Bond could do it, why can't Rescue?
True.
Fair.
True.
Yes, I am a fan. However, I did not pull the full stat block up for these guys because I was like, oh, I just need to know what their driving skill and stuff is. So now I need to figure out
You fool!
I don't care what their their toughness
Hand-to-hand.
defense is or
Yeah.
how many.
No,
hit
no,
points
I
they've
have
got.
that because they have the thing where they could switch to be hits
Yeah.
to have targets attack them instead.
But
or they could-
you don't know what his melee attack is.
well, I mean, I
you
assume
didn't think it would come up in a helicopter fight.
Okay,
That's
well,
pretty funny.
Can't blame you. Can't blame you.
Mhm.
Yeah, legit.
I guess. So I spend my action. Do I spend my action driving? Is that how the driving works?
Yeah, but like you could like flip over and try and shake him off or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally sounds great. Let's do that.
Run!
So I
Run!
will point out that helicopters just historically don't really do upside
Okay,
down.
okay, wait
I
a
have
second
one
now.
word
Wait a
for
second
you.
now.
One word
Are
for
you
you.
the man who
Werewolf.
leapt through 2 sets of blades to land on the ship now arguing about realism in air combat?
I'm just saying.
He also could fly you into the blades of my helicopter.
That's true.
Ooh.
You could do that.
Ooh, yeah, you should do
Ron,
that.
why are you helping?
No, it's
I'm
fine.
I'm
Why?
always on the side of
Paige,
pilots.
Paige, here's the thing.
Mhm.
I'm not physically strapped into this cockpit. So
I
if he
know.
moves the cockpit closer to the blades to try and get me,
It could be him going for a ride.
Blockchain is
No.
really looking for something way more metal to
No,
start
what he should
playing
do
over,
is he
over the
should-
sound system
That's
now.
He should just
true.
he should just like angle backwards
Uh-huh.
and make some kind of check to not like fly off and die.
Jesus.
yeah, I've got a
That's what he
perfectly
should
good
do.
handhold, and my axe is currently wedged into a seat. It's great. I'm gonna be hanging from my axe over
Yeah.
the blades. Like, think of the cliffhanger.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. Let's roll some dice.
Yeah. So sure. I'm gonna make a driving test, and we're gonna see about trying to get you close enough to the blades without getting me close enough to the blades, because that sounds like a problem.
Like, this is the classic, like, Indiana Jones being held next to the blades.
All right.
I like it.
Well, the good news is Roll20 feels the same way about me that it does about you.
Excellent.
So the pilots twists forward to try to make that happen, and then suddenly it's like, oh no, this is a terrible idea. and suddenly pushes back to the side.
So we have a suggestion from the audience that "Breathe" by Prodigy might be the song that this needs to be
Mhm, mhm.
in the background.
Well,
For
what
those
we
listening
do-
at home,
Yes,
Yeah.
for those listening at home, by all means, play that while watching this scene. Or we'll do a. I'm not going to promise I'm going to do like an anime music video to that later, but we'll see. We'll see. So we continue down the turn. Levoche.
So should I just keep firing at the ship that he was on?
Probably shoot the other one at this point.
Are you sure though? I mean, like that was way closer.
It's true. I did approach that one specifically.
Did I
with
even
thinking-
notice that he jumped over? That's the question. No.
Oh
I'll,
no, we made noises in the cockpit.
Uh-huh.
We made a lot of noises.
I
in
will
the
take
cockpit.
a shot at the other one.
I seem to recall you specifically went, "What are you doing?"
I did.
Yes.
Yep.
So yes, fire away. Oh, that's a hit.
Yep. One damage.
1 damage. All right, I will take that on pilots. So see that your cannons blast away the pilots' helmets, and you see that there's blood coming back from the scalp of the woman Cobra pilots, but there's still grit and determination showing on her face. She's
Mm.
gonna shoot you down, or her helicopter's gonna be destroyed, and she's gonna escape in a parachute trying.
Mhm, mhm.
It
if
is
you
kind
think
of.
I won't shoot somebody who's parachuting down, I got another thing.
All right,
coming
here,
up.
Jeff Winger, you can just get on out with that action.
Who's Jeff
It
Winger?
is. It is kind of interesting that a direct hit from a 20 millimeter cannon does the same damage as a hit from, like, an angry sewing needle that you stab into
Abstract.
somebody.
Abstract.
This is not a sim.
All right. Levoche, you're also buffing.
Yes, I will
Thunderbolts?
toss my good friend another bullet and tell her to shoot good.
Right.
Thanks. Catches the bullet.
You better catch. All the doors are open.
Yeah, all the doors
Yep.
are open. That would be.
All of them.
You just imagine that that expensive rare bullet just flying out to the bottom and just totally destroying whatever's below it.
The thing is, yeah, even though the firing pin won't have been tapped, force equals mass times acceleration, and that could murderate someone if they landed on them.
Well, the good news is in this G.I. Joe show, it would land on like a car, and that would be totally destroyed. And we're
It'd be
next
funny.
hit to somebody walking out of their house to get in their car and being like, "What?"
Yep.
All right, so I realize that we are at 10:02, which means that Coda will very soon turn into a pumpkin, but we
It's
have
true.
3 more turns to go through. Can you last for 3 more turns?
can
for
do
us?
it.
All right. So I am going to.
Strength, Coda. Strength.
All right. I am going to attack you with my cannons because you're within range of me, and I'm not going to try to shoot the axe wielding
Maniac.
maniac that has decided to jump
Why
on
don't you should jump on our chopper?
No!
What about
Terrible
fair
idea.
play?
So, and blockchain is currently busy uploading all this like footage of him like jumping with Ross because
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be the #1 video on TikTok by the time
Yes.
sunset falls.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, it does because because blockchain stopped helping me.
Ah, see, if only that had been slightly different.
That made the difference.
And I do have a so I have a successful attack and I have a 10 on my D10. That will be a Kriat.
All right,
So you will
Oh,
take
no.
3 points of cannon damage.
Oh no.
we're running out of.
Helicopter.
Maybe Rescue's got the right idea.
Abandoned ship! Abandoned ship!
I look back at the smoking heap that was our helicopter. Oh.
Ron, the captain has to go down with the ship, so
Oh,
What?
yeah. I just hope I can gain 2 levels before I hit the ground, because then
Okay.
I'll survive.
Yes.
I don't know that that's going to happen, friend, but
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
It
We'll just play
depends.
by ear. We'll play it by ear.
It depends
Alright.
how many allies are willing to do the sacrifice.
All right, Tweets.
The
all right.
Yeah,
I will
you-
fire at the one that is farther away
All right.
and offer them 2 points of damage.
All right.
Ooh.
There is smoke billowing out of this helicopter. It is barely held aloft, but is still in it to, as they say, win it. That you can tell the pilot's like, I still got my parachute, right? All right, I'm good. And then that takes us to anything else, Twist.
Nope.
All right, that takes us to the Sky High.
Actually, she yells out, I think if we can just tag the one at 5 o'clock one more time, it'll go down.
All right.
Or is this ever gonna do a ramming move?
I will.
Yeah!
I got full stats for it.
Woohoo!
Put that cow catcher to use, man.
No, I can't shoot if it's that close. No.
Boom.
You can shoot
Alright.
the other one. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I will use my driving skill, which is quite high.
Is it sky high?
You have these story points sitting around. You might want to make this specialized for funsies, unless you
Yeah,
already are.
I will do that. No, totally.
All right.
So I do not have edge, but I do have specialization. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Ooh, boy.
Oh,
I
boy.
believe
Not a crit, it was on the 2.
Dang, you're right. I got a 2, a 2, a 3, a 6, and a 3.
Still,
Still.
you deal how much damage?
2 blunt.
Well, the good news is
You get a little bit of my landing gear. You get a little bit of
Yes.
southpaw action.
So you come in like with the side swipe with the landing gear, and you can see that the pilot's like, no, what? No, and it's trying to get away, trying to avoid, and you're a bigger ship, and you just crash into it, and it goes wow, 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 wow. Blades flying off. The pilot narrowly dodges out, and you see far below you a parachute pop open, but you are down 1 enemy ship.
Now,
Do
he's
not do
far
this
enough
at
away to
home.
shoot.
The character is defeated page can no longer be targeted. And with that will be the end of this round of combat and the end of tonight's session. Thank you all for joining us.
Woohoo.
Players, thank you for your unbridled enthusiasm for getting back into G.I. Joe. I'm
I
glad we're
missed
back
it.
on the game and excited to see where we go next. We'll pick up with this fight next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Join us to follow us.
To
adventure!
adventure!
Go Joe. Oh wait. What?
Wrong one.
Uh,
Edge.
Yo, Joe.
Go Joe.
Yo.
I would
Yo.
like to thank you, Coda, for having Rescue jump on the other helicopter, which gave me full opportunity to just start ramming my helicopter into other helicopters.
Excellent. Glad I could be of service.
Did that
Excellent.
activate ludicrous mode? Is basically what you're saying.
I mean,
Yes.
this is just like half a step up from RRR, so
I
Well,
bet.
no,
half a
Actu-
step sideways from RRR.
well, the other caveat is
I'm
I had
down.
to go into ramming speed, so I'm no longer
Mhm.
at combat speed to reach the other helicopter. So if
Mm.
the other helicopter was shooting at us, they would be our AC's a lot lower, or our target
Mm.
number is a lot lower.
Ah.
But it doesn't matter because there's an axe-wielding maniac in his face, and I don't think he's going to be shooting at us.
That's
I
true.
could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
An actually murder in his face.
I mean, it's gonna all depend on whether or not I can hit, which at this point is.
I believe in you.
If nothing else, you're gonna scare the bejesus out of him. He might
mean,
just
yeah.
bail out of self-preservation.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to hit like last turn. He tried to get you off. So
That's
if he
true.
does that again,
Phrasing.
then yeah, then at least he's not shooting at us because
Yep.
we are one crit away from
I-
losing Iggly, which would look really bad on my record. I
I,
mean,
much like Ron, would like 2 more levels within the span of this combat.
I don't
That'd
know
help
what'll happen.
immensely.
Ron just wants the ability to put his body between the bullets and Eagly.
So
Yes.
True.
you will get 2 more levels, but not by the end of this combat.
that's
Oh,
fair.
so we get him now.
No,
Oh,
Gosh, such a stingy DM with
I
these
am. I'm
levels.
literally the worst. Is there anything we would like to talk about during our porch lag, or are we closing up shop?
I mean, I feel like we got a lot off of our chests at the start.
Yeah, I felt like we had to
Yeah.
address that
So-
early, otherwess we would not like.
We
wouldn't
would
get to have-
explode.
Well,
And who,
$30
Yes,
a month for D&D
ma'ams.
Beyond? Like, it makes
Well,
me want to throw things.
especially since when it starts, they'll only have like the base stuff. You won't even be getting any content for $30.
We
because
also
there
I
won't
would
be
like-
any yet.
we don't know what $30 a month is meant
That's
to get
true.
you, right?
They
Like,
might ship you artisanal butter.
I'm not saying that it's
It
worth
would have
it.
to be goat butter.
but what if they send you bread from Theo's?
Then I would pay
Oh.
$30.
Yeah, I might.
That's
See,
a
every
20-minute
man has
Also-
his price.
Also,
Theo's is actually expanding its footprint. They're knocking out the wall and they're gonna double their
Ooh.
size. I hope it's good.
I do want to point out there's a bidding war going on in comments, and it looks like we're going to get 5 levels.
Excellent.
Oh,
good.
well.
I'm glad that this is something that
We
I'm
have
paying
to,
attention to and have any say in.
You have a say.
many
you can
channel
agree.
How many channel points left? You know what? We will. At some point during this adventure, we will put that together.
Excellent.
The problem is Ben will just give us 5 levels divided amongst us.
No.
Come on, you're not supposed to tell them my secrets. Without, I mean, that's not what I was going to do at all.
Perfect, really. Perfect.
That was a lie.
I mean, if he's dividing them among us, who gets do we get to decide how they get divided? Because like
Because you're going to put them all.
I'm back in.
Swooshy says that he and OST Old Soul Tiger want reoccurring spots in the Transformer game.
Ooh.
You know, one thing I thought about, which could be fun on a non-Tuesday, inviting a friend of the show, Jason, on, who's been consulting for the Transformers game, to play the Transformers TCG and talk shop,
Oh, that'd be fun.
which I thought could be really fun.
Yes.
Is that the
No.
game Renegade came out with, the trading card game? Or
I don't think Renegade did this one. Transformers, the CCG is by Wizards of the Coast, this little company
oh.
you may have heard of.
Well, I'm sure that for $30 a month, they will give for $30 a month. You're allowed to buy more cards from them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Only
If
the
you-
best and most primo.
Yes, and one of your cards will get a nice digital border.
Ooh.
Ooh. Maybe NFTs and everything.
Stop it.
They haven't,
Yes.
maybe NFTs are pretty great.
They are.
Interesting. There has not been a set of the Transformers CCG released since 2020, which is not a
Swooshy,
great sign.
Swooshy says that the TCG is dead. They gave up on it too soon.
Yeah.
It's hard to do to get into the trading card game
Yeah.
space.
I
Even
mean,
with-
however, friends, Renegade does have a Transformers deck building game.
This mage was right there with you.
They are not collectible. You get all the stuff up front, right?
You can collect sets as they come out, so in a way, it is collectible.
Oh yeah, but it's not random.
Yeah, it's not
It's not
random.
random. Yes, you can collect them, but you know what you're getting.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's just like the Arkham Horror and stuff, right? Because those are what you're getting when you buy the pack.
Hmm.
That is called the LCG model, but that is copyright. I think.
Well, it's definitely not that then. It's a deck building game. I think. Now I'm going to go to the Renegade site and find out.
I will say, just as a quick addendum, something I forgot to bring up at the beginning of the episode. I don't know if any of y'all watched the YouTube channel called Legal Eagle.
Yeah,
He also had a video on the OGL, and he made some interesting points about how, like, there's a difference between a brand and a copyright and a trademark, and you can't trademark mechanics. So, like, individual or like created content that is using the mechanics of D&D may not actually be at all affected by this. It was really interesting.
No,
Highly
that's
recommend it.
totally true. And in fact, that case went to the Supreme Court. You cannot copyright game mechanics. Like, you roll a die and move that many spaces down the board and collect rent and can purchase the property. That can't be trademarked, but show enough, Monopoly and the names of the streets can be.
Yep. So, his is a much more like technical legal approach to it, because he is not at all a gamer from the sounds of it, or at least a tabletop gamer. But it was a really interesting video. Highly recommended.
Yes. The only thing is, it's like, what, half hour long or something?
It
I
is.
just hadn't had a half
long.
hour to put into it.
Yep. All right.
I like him a lot, though. He does a lot of really good content.
Yeah.
Jenny D or Jenny Di. Anyways, recently did a good video where she said, more or less, I don't have the complexity to handle this, and I'm trying to figure what's going on, but here are the people that have been recommended to me and that I've reviewed, and linked to a bunch of videos, including that one and a few other ones. And I will... I'm not currently on Twitch because I
am the worst.
am literally the worst, but I'll put this into here into our chats, and then Paige can post it into our stream chats.
Yep.
And then we will turn into pumpkins, because that is the nature of waking up at 5 in the morning.
It is true.
Poor Toto.
Or
The children of the future, thank you. Well,
The
not with
children
words,
of today do not, though.
not with words
Totally the
or
wrong
with
place.
deeds, but they will be slightly better people.
They will be slightly better people. That is true.
And that might make all the difference, because we're definitely hanging on by the skin of our teeth.
With that depressing fact.
We'll see you next week. We have RP lined up.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Love you. Thanks for
Bye.
joining us.